Good morning everyone, especially to our instructor, Ma'am Christine Magsayo. We are the Group 5 and we are discussing the Chapter 6 entitled Ensuring Teacher Quality, Competency, Framework, and Standard. So let's proceed to the objectives of the topic. First is distinguish between teacher quality and quality teachers. Relate the competency framework for teachers in Southeast Asia to quality teachers. Last is discuss the Philippine Professional Standard for Teacher PPSP or Career Stage 1. So before we tackle this topic, do you have any idea in this question? Are qualified teachers really quality teachers? So bago natin i-define yung quality teachers and teachers quality, so ano nga ba ang quality teachers? So, ang teacher's quality refers to the characteristic that teachers possesses. Nakapaloob dito na ang isang quality teachers includes skills in communication, listening, collaboration, adaptability, and patience. So, bilang isang guro, kailangan natin na maintindihan ng isang estudyante or gampanin natin yung buong classroom. Kaakibat nito yung bilang isang guro, kailangan nating ma-handle ng maayos kung yung mga unexpected situation, especially sa loob ng classroom. And mahalaga din bilang isang guro yung patient natin, 'di ba? Dahil dito naman natin masusukat yung pagkakaintindihan sa isang classroom, and especially dito is yung teachers to student. So, ang next naman natin is yung teacher's quality. It refers to what teacher do in classroom to further student learning. So, dito naman papasok yung effective teaching na it includes classroom engaging present, value in real-world learning, exchange of best practices, and lifelong lab of learning. So, dito naman papasok yung knowledge or yung mga matututunan ng estudyante galing sa ating mga guro. And yung next naman dito is yung gawin silang mulat sa mga katotohanan na nangyayari sa ating kapaligiran. So, yung last nito is yung lifelong lab of learning. Ito naman yung pagmamahal mo sa pagtuturo. Dahil example nito, kung nung nag-aaral ka pa lang bilang teachers is hindi ka na ma-engage sa mga responsibilidad mo bilang teacher, may hirapan kang gawin ng maayos yung dapat na ituro sa mga estudyante. Yun nga, yung responsibilidad. Kasi bilang guro is alam naman natin na malaking responsibilidad yun. Hindi lang sa classroom, kundi globally. Yun yung last topic natin, Akel, about sa global and local. So, ang sabi nga is love your profession. So, mahalin natin yung ating pagtuturo. So, ito yung most educators and policymakers agree that one of the most important school-related factors influencing student achievement and outcome is teacher quality. So, ayon sa PPT or yung nakapaloob sa libro is ang nakalagay doon or ang sinasabi doon na yung mga achievement, tayo yung mga nag-e-influence sa mga estudyante natin para magkaroon sila ng mga achievement or knowledge. Iyon yung naglalabas na, iyon yung nagpapakita ng kalidad natin bilang isang guro. So ngayon naman, paano nga naman natin malalaman ang kalidad ng isang guro? So, ang una ay ito yung quality teachers process. So, ang first natin dito is yung global awareness. Ito naman ay tinuturo ng mga teachers yung iba't ibang nations and cultures na both locally and globally. Ang next naman natin dito is financial, economic, business, and entrepreneurial literacy. Ito naman is yung nag-relate siya sa financial management and financial institution using money. And Yung skills na ginagamit dito ay para maging productive, para ma-enhance yung mga entrepreneurial skills bilang guro. So, ang next naman natin dito is yung civil literacy. Ito naman is kung paano ka nakikipag-participate bilang guro para magkaroon ng change yung ating community. So, ang health literacy naman ay also included our knowledge and value. Ito naman is process to understand yung basic health ng mga estudyante. And ang example nito is yung parang magpapabigay tayo ng mga yes or no response about sa mga health-related issues or activities sa health. So ngayon, nandito na tayo sa quality teachers and teachers quality defined the 21st century skills framework and clustered into three. So, ang una natin is yung learning and innovation skills. Ang pangalawa is information, media, and technology skills framework. Ang pangatlo naman natin dito is life and career skills. So, since tayo, advanced na yung mga technology natin ngayon, malaking opportunity to para sa mga skills ng mga educators para magkaroon sila ng mga sustainable lifestyle gamit yung mga technology and yung mga nakapaloob dun sa life and career skills. Also, mahalaga din to dahil dun sa learning and innovation skill framework, nandun yung mga ginagamit talaga natin araw-araw bilang mga educators or yung mga educators. So, bago ko isama rin yung first topic natin about sa yung pag-define natin sa quality teachers and teachers quality is basahin muna natin itong nasa PPT na yung quality teachers are competent teachers. Teachers with global competence are able to demonstrate knowledge, skills, values, and disposition. So, ang nakalagay dito is understand one's own culture, identity, and influence on personal disposition and classroom practices, engage students in learning, use real-life long and global examples, value the inputs of culturally and linguistically diverse peer learners, create environments that encourage positive cross-cultural interaction, model social in local and global context, and help learners find appropriate action to improve local and global connection. So, ito yung sinasabi ng mga skill na dapat na ginagawa natin or standard ng isang guro, or ito yung process ng kung paano tayo magiging isang quality teacher. So, iyon na yung about sa quality teachers and teachers quality. So, ito na yung in summary na ang quality teachers ay it includes attributes and characteristics. So, ang teacher quality naman, andito na yung standard and learning outcomes na nabigay natin or natutunan ng mga estudyante natin. So, ito yung first topic or discussion of the topic natin. So, thank you sa pakikinig and let's proceed to our next report.
Hi everyone, my name is Sophia May A. Villanueva. So first, let's talk about competency framework. Competency framework for a teacher is a guide to improve teacher performance across the region competency. As defined in the framework is a combination of skills, knowledge, behavior, and attribute. So, that enable the superior job performance. Moving forward, the Southeast Asia Minister of Education Organization or CMU help and supporting high official meeting at Bangkok, Thailand on 2017. Through this annual meeting, attending by attending by high-level education officials from the 11 CMU member countries, as well as representatives from the different CMU regional center and partner development organization on the competency framework. Teacher in Southeast Asia has been approved. CMU has prioritized vitalizing teacher education as one on this priority agenda, hoping for teaching becoming profession of first choice. The region competency framework in Southeast Asia is the project headed by Teacher in Thailand in partnership in CMU Secretariat and CMU Inatec in supporting to achieve the goal. So, next, the Southeast Asia competency framework for teacher consists for essential competency. First is the knowing and understanding what to teach. So, knowing and understanding what to teach, it is the ability to teacher to defend and growing their knowledge and what to teach. Understanding education depends policies and curricula and be updated on local, national, regional, and the local development. And next is the helping student to learn. Helping student to learn is the ability to know student use most effective teaching and learning strategies, assess and give feedback student learn. So, ayun yung helping student to learn. And next, ang pang-third naman ay engaging the community. So, engaging of the community, it is the ability to partner with parents and caregivers. Involve the community to help students learn and encourage respect about diversity. And lastly, ang pang-apat ay ang becoming a better teachers every day. Becoming a teachers every day, it is the ability to know oneself and another, practices the human goodness, and mastering the teaching practice. So, yun po ang apat na ayun ang 4 consist essential competency.
Letter C, Philippine Qualifications Framework. The Philippine Qualifications Framework was established in 2012 through Executive Order Number 83, while its governance is stipulated in the Ladderized Education Act of 2014. But first, let us know what are qualifications. Qualification or certifications awarded to an individual in recognition of having achieved particular knowledge, skills, or competencies. So, ang qualification nga, siya yung nagbabantay or nagsiset ng standard. Like, ito yung batayan kung karapat-dapat nga bang maging qualified sa ina-expect nilang knowledge, skills, experience, and competencies. And so, next, what is Philippine Qualifications Framework? It is a national policy that describes the levels of educational qualifications and sets the standards for qualifications outcomes. A legal document that adopts national standards and levels for outcomes of education in the country. Also known as RA 10968 series of 2018. And who governs PQF? It is governed by the PQF National Coordinating Council, PQF-NCC, composed of the Department of Education, DepEd, Commission on Higher Education, CHED, Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, TESDA, Professional Regulation Commission, PRC, and Department of Labor and Employment, DOLE. Plus, proceed naman tayo sa who will benefit. Unang-una dyan is for the person. It encourages lifelong learning to allow individuals to start at the level that suits them and then build up their qualifications as their needs and interests develop and change over time. Second naman just is employers. That assures that standards and qualifications are consistent to job requirements and demand. And third is E&T providers. It ensures transparency in training provision and conformance to standards and preciseness of accountability for learning outcomes. And fourth, for the authorities, it provides the standards, taxonomy, and typology of qualifications as basis for granting approval to providers and stakeholders. Harmonizes qualifications in E&T across Philippines. And last, to summarize, PQF levels are used to assess the skills and knowledge of individuals for specific domains. And the Philippine Professional Standards for Teacher. It describes the levels of educational qualifications and sets the standards for qualification outcomes as defined in RA 10968. Qualification refers to a formal certification that a person has successfully achieved specific learning outcomes relevant to the identified academic, industry, or community requirements. A qualifications confers facial recognition of value in the world of education and training, work, and job creation. Order number 42, series of 2017. On August 11, 2017, Philippine Professional Standards for Teacher was signed into policy by the Department of Education, Secretary Leonor Magtolis Briones.
Courage Stage 1. Sa Courage Stage 1 naman po, sinasabi dito na newly qualified teachers a professional teacher are the beginning. They have acquired an appropriate degree in education or allied to file and have a passed then licensure examination for professional teacher. So, ang ibig sabihin nun, so it means that become certified, you first need to meet all the requirements of your state. Then, you need to apply for your license through your State Department of Education. So, sunod, you likely need to pay a fee to become a certified teacher or to become a professional teacher. Kailangan mo yung gawin muna bago ka maging isang professional teacher. Kailangan mo muna gawin yung mga requirements na kailangan ipasa para maging isa kang licensure teacher of education.
Domain 1, Content, Knowledge, and Pedagogy. Knowledge is kaalaman and pedagogy is the method of and practice of teaching. Sinasabi din dito sa Domain 1 na ang importance of teachers' mastery sa mga tinuturo nila. Gumagamit tayo ng communication strategies, teaching strategies, and technologies. Dapat ay clear at napag-aaralan yung lesson o ituturo sa mga students. Domain 2, Learning Environment. Sinasabi sa Domain 2 ang ang tungkulin ng mga guro na masiguradong ligtas ang mga students at sinasabi rin na kailangang ma-manage ang behavior ng mga students sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng activities at kung ang students ba ay sumusunod at nakikipag-participate. Sinasabi lang sa Domain 3 ang diversity ng mga mag-aaral that consists of 5 strands. Una ay learners' gender, needs, strengths, interests, and experiences. Ang pangalawa ay learners' linguistic, cultural, socio-economic, and religious background. Pangatlo ay learners with disabilities and giftedness and talents. At pang-apat ay in difficult circumstances. Panglima ay learners from indigenous people or indigenous groups.
Domain 4. Curriculum and planning includes 5 strands. Number 1. Planning and management of teaching and learning process. Understanding of ICT in learning and teaching process, wherein you will analyze that is important of teaching in planning and management in use of ICT teaching. Number 2. Learning outcomes aligned with learning competencies. Learning outcomes is like conducting an assessment when you measure your students' understanding when it comes to their learning competence. Number 3. Relevance and responsiveness of learning programs. Relevance. Kung ano nga ba ang importansya at kung gaano nga ba ka-responsive yung mga learning tools na ginagamit natin ngayon. Number 4. Teaching collaboration to enrich teaching practice. Ano ba yung naitutulong ng professional learning para mas maayos ang pagtuturo or the learning process? It's like CPD, Continuous Professional Development. Number 5. Teaching and learning resources including ICT. Tinutukoy na yung mga resources sa teaching and learning kasama na yung ICT and the technology. Domain 5. Assessment and reporting is composed of 5 strands. Number 1. Design, selection, organization, and utilization of assessment strategies. Design, like planning stage. Nagpaplano pa lang, tas sa selection, final drop na. Kung saan dito naiisip na isagawa. Tas sa organization, dito yung action, yung ginagawa na. Tas sa utilization, implementing or yung may progress na. Tas sa assessment, ito yung evaluation kung effective ba. Ganon. Number 2. Monitoring and evaluation of learning progress and achievement. Dito, ito yung tinitignan nyo, yung learning progress, kung effective ba yung ginagawa nyo. Tapos yung sa assessment strategy, kung paano nyo ay measure yung critical thinking ng isang learner or ng isang estudyante. Number 3. Feedback to improve learning. Feedback. Ito yung parang ratings or review to improve the learning progress of your students. Number 4. Communication of learning needs, progress, and achievement to key stakeholders. Ito, dito nyo masasalamin yung learning needs to progress, need nila i-achieve, tapos yung ipagpapaalam nyo sa mga stakeholders like principal, dean, etc. Number 5. Use of assessment, data to enhance teaching and learning practices and programs. Ito, literal na meaning lang. Gagamit kayo ng assessments data to enhance or to know pa kung paano nyo mai-improve yung teaching nyo. Tapos yung learning practices and programs naman para ma-improve yung learning progress ng isang estudyante. And now, let's proceed to Domain 6.
Domain 6. Community linkages and professional engagement consists of 4 strands. First is establishment of learning environments that are responsive to community context. Engagement of parents and the wider school community in the educative process. Next is professional ethics, and last is school policies and procedures. So before we go on the strands, let's learn what is Domain 6. So Domain 6 affirms the role of teachers in establishing school community partnerships aimed at enriching the learning environment, as well as the community's engagement in the educative process. This domain expects teachers to identify and respond to opportunities that link teaching and learning in the classroom to the experiences, interests, and aspirations of the wider school community and other key stakeholders. It concerns the importance of teachers understanding and fulfilling their obligations in upholding professional ethics, accountability, and transparency to promote professional and harmonious relationships with learners, parents, schools, and the wider community. So let's go to the strands. The first strand is establishment of learning environments that are responsive to community context. Beginning teachers demonstrate an understanding of knowledge of learning environments that are responsive to community context. So, here in beginning teachers, dito ay pinapakita nila yung alam nila o yung pagkakaintindi nila doon sa knowledge nila sa kanilang learning environment or sa school or sa kanilang paligid na responsive sa community context. Next ay proficient teachers. Maintain learning environments that are responsive to community context. So, dito ay mini-maintain nila yung mga learning environment sa school or classroom na responsive sa community context. Sunod ay highly proficient teachers. Reflect on and evaluate learning environments that are responsive to community context. Dito ay nag-reflect na sila at ina-evaluate nila or ina-assess or kaya dinedetermine nila ang ating learning environment na responsive sa community context. Next are distinguished teachers. Model exemplary practice and empower colleagues to establish and maintain effective learning environments that are responsive to community context. Next ay strand 2 or second strand. Engagement of parents and the wider school community in the educative process. So, in beginning teachers, seek advice concerning strategies that build relationships with parents or guardians and the wider community. So, dito, ang mga beginning teachers ay nagsisik ng advice na concern sa strategies na makakapagbuo ng relasyon sa mga parents or magulang ng mga estudyante. Next ay sa proficient teachers. Build relationships with parents or guardians and the wider school community to facilitate involvement in the educative process. So, dito sa proficient teachers, dito ay nagbi-build na sila ng relationships sa mga magulang ng mga estudyante to facilitate involvement sa mga educative process ng mga estudyante. Next ay highly proficient teachers. Guide colleagues to strengthen the relationships with parents or guardians and the wider school community to maximize their involvement in the educative process. Dito ay ginaguide na sila yung mga colleagues o kapwa-guro nila na strengthen o mas palakasin nila ang relasyon nila sa mga magulang para ma-maximize nila yung kanilang involvement sa educative process ng mga estudyante. Next is distinguished teachers. Lead in consolidating networks that strengthen relationships with parents and the wider school community to maximize their involvement in the educative process. So, dito nagli-lead na sila sa pagtatatag or to make something stronger or patibayan or palakasin yung mga relationship nila sa mga parents para ma-maximize nila ang kanilang involvement sa educative process ng mga estudyante nila. Next ay ang third strand, which is professional ethics. So sa beginning teachers, demonstrate awareness of existing laws and regulations that apply to the teaching profession and become familiar with the responsibilities specified in the Code of Ethics for professional teachers. Dito sa beginning teachers, kailangan nilang i-demonstrate yung awareness nila sa mga laws and regulations na naka-apply doon sa teaching profession at kailangan nilang maging familiar sa mga kailangan nilang dapat gawin o responsibilities nila na specified doon sa Code of Ethics para sa mga professional teachers. Next, proficient teachers review regularly personal teaching practice using existing laws and regulations that apply to the teaching profession and the responsibilities specified in the Code of Ethics for professional teachers. So, dito ay nire-review na nila regularly o araw-araw yung kanilang teaching o pagtuturo gamit ang mga existing laws and regulations na naka-apply sa teaching profession at yung responsibilities nila na specified sa Code of Ethics for professional teachers. Next ay ang sa highly proficient teachers. Discuss with colleagues teaching and learning practices that apply existing codes, laws, and regulations that apply to the teaching profession, and the responsibilities specified in the Code of Ethics for professional teachers. So, dito sa highly proficient teacher, dito ay parang nagmi-meeting sila or dinidiscuss nila yung mga teaching or pagtuturo nila at yung learning practices na naka-apply sa codes, laws, and regulations that apply to the teaching profession at yung responsibilities specified sa Code of Ethics for professional teachers. So, sunod ay ang sa distinguished teachers. Lead colleagues in the regular review of existing codes, laws, and regulations that apply to the teaching profession and the responsibilities as specified in the Code of Ethics for professional teachers. So, dito ay sa distinguished teachers ay nililid nila yung mga colleagues o kapwa teacher nila sa mga regular na review sa existing codes, laws, and regulations na naka-apply sa teaching profession at sa responsibilities as specified in the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers. So, last ay ang fourth strand, which is school policies and procedures. So, sa beginning, teacher ay demonstrate knowledge and understanding of school policies and procedures to foster harmonious relationship with the wider school community. So, pinapakita nila yung pagkakaintindi nila dun sa mga policies sa school and mga procedures to foster or mapaunlad nila yung relationship nila sa wider school community. Next ay ang sa proficient teachers. Comply with and implement school policies and procedures consistently to foster harmonious relationships with learners, parents, and other stakeholders. Dito, sinusunod nila yung mga school policies and mga procedures araw-araw or lagi para mapaunlad nila yung mga relasyon nila sa mga estudyante, mga magulang at other stakeholders. Next ay ang highly proficient teachers exhibit commitment to and support teachers in the implementation of school policies and procedures to foster harmonious relationships with learners, parents, and other stakeholders. Sinusunod nila yung mga school policies and procedures. Sinusuportahan nila ang ibang teachers para isagawa ang mga school policies and procedures. Dito sa highly proficient teachers, sinusuportahan nila ang ibang teachers para isagawa ang mga school policies and yung mga procedures para mapaunlad ang relasyon nila sa mga estudyante, mga magulang, and other stakeholders. So, last is distinguished teachers. Evaluate existing school policies and procedures to make them more responsive to the needs of the learners, parents, and other stakeholders. Dito, ina-assess or gawin yung mga nag-exist na school policies and mga procedures para maging mas responsive sila sa mga kailangan ng mga estudyante, mga magulang, or other stakeholders. Next is Domain 7. Personal growth and professional development. It contains 5 strands. First is philosophy of teaching, dignity of teaching as a profession, professional links with colleagues, professional reflection and learning to improve practice, and last is professional development goals. So before we go to the strands, let's learn what is Domain 7. Domain 7 focuses on teachers' personal growth and professional development. It accentuates teachers' proper and high personal regard for the profession by maintaining qualities that uphold the dignity of teaching, such as caring attitude, respect, and integrity. This domain values personal and professional reflection and learning to improve practice. It recognizes the importance of teachers assuming responsibility for personal growth and professional development for lifelong learning. So, the first strand is philosophy of teaching. In beginning, teachers articulate a personal philosophy of teaching that is learner-centered. So, dito ay parang sabihin or ipaintindi yung sariling philosophy sa pagtuturo na learner-centered. Next is proficient teachers. Apply a personal philosophy of teaching that is learner-centered. Dito naman ay kailangan natin na i-apply yung sarili nating philosophy sa pagtuturo na ito ay learner-centered. Next is highly proficient teachers. Manifest a learner-centered teaching philosophy in various aspects of practice and support colleagues in enhancing their own learner-centered teaching philosophy. So, dito naman ay kailangan natin ipakita yung learner-centered na pagtuturo natin sa magkakaibang aspeto ng practice at kailangan natin suportahan yung mga kapwa-guro sa pagpapalawak o pagpapalakas ng kanilang learner-centered teaching philosophy. Next is distinguished teachers. Model a learner-centered teaching philosophy through teaching practices that stimulate colleagues to engage in further professional learning. Kailangan natin i-model o ipakita yung teaching philosophy natin through teaching para mas ganahan o masipagin yung mga colleagues natin to further their professional teaching. Next strand is dignity of teaching as a profession. Sa beginning, teachers ay demonstrate behaviors that uphold the dignity of teaching as a profession by exhibiting qualities such as caring attitude, respect, and integrity. Dito sa second strand, sa beginning teacher, kailangan natin ipakita yung tamang behavior ng isang teacher para ma-uphold natin yung dignity of teaching as a profession by exhibiting o pagpapakita ng mga qualities ng isang guro katulad ng caring attitude, may respect, at integrity. Next ay ang proficient teachers. Adapt practices that uphold the dignity of teaching as a profession by exhibiting qualities such as caring attitude, respect, and integrity. Dito, adapt practices or take responsibility that uphold the dignity of teaching as a profession by exhibiting or pagsasagawa ng mga qualities ng isang guro tulad ng caring attitude, respect, at integrity. Next ay highly proficient teachers. Identify and utilize personal professional strengths to uphold the dignity of teaching as a profession to help build positive teaching and learning culture within the school. Dito, kailangan alamin at gawin yung personal professional strengths ng mga guro to uphold the dignity of teaching as a profession para matulungan na makabuo ng positive teaching at learning culture sa loob ng eskwelahan. Next ay ang distinguished teachers. Act as a role model and advocate for upholding the dignity of teaching as a profession to build a positive teaching and learning culture within and beyond the school. I-act natin o ipakita o kailangan natin maging role model tayo ng isang magaling na guro for upholding the dignity of teaching as a profession para mabuild o mabuo na rin ang positive teaching at learning culture hindi lang sa loob ng school pati na rin sa iba pa. Next strand is professional links with colleagues. First is beginning teacher. Seek opportunities to establish professional links with colleagues. Kailangan natin maghanap ng mga opportunities para ma-establish natin yung relationship or link natin with colleagues. Next is proficient teachers participate in professional networks to share knowledge and to enhance practice. Kailangan natin mag-participate sa mga professional networks para mapag-share tayo ng mga kaalaman natin at para ma-enhance yung practice natin. Next ay ang highly proficient teachers. Contribute actively to professional networks within and between schools to improve knowledge and to enhance practice. Dito sa mga highly proficient teachers, kailangan natin mag-contribute o mag-ambag actively o kailangan natin maging active sa iba't ibang schools para ma-improve natin yung kaalaman natin at to enhance practice. Next ay ang distinguished teachers. Take a leadership role in supporting colleagues' engagement with professional networks within and across schools to advance knowledge and practice in identified areas of need. They take leadership role para masuportahan nila yung ibang guro to engage with professional networks within sa iba't ibang school para mas ma-advance nila yung knowledge nila at para ma-practice in identified areas of need. The fourth strand is professional reflection and learning to improve practice. In beginning teachers is demonstrate an understanding of how professionals reflection. Dito, kailangan ipakita yung pagkakaintindi natin sa kung paano nagre-reflect yung mga professionals. Next is proficient teachers. Develop a personal professional improvement plan based on reflections of one's. So, mag-develop o gumawa ng sariling professional improvement plan based on reflections of one's. Next is highly proficient teachers. Initiate professional reflections and promote learning opportunities with colleagues to improve practice. Dito, kailangan natin mag-initiate o simulan yung professional reflections at kailangan natin mag-promote ng mga learning opportunities with colleagues para ma-improve natin yung practice natin. Next is distinguished teachers. Demonstrate leadership within and across school context in critically evaluating practice and setting clearly. Kailangan natin demonstrate yung pagiging leader within and across the school's context in critically evaluating practice and setting clearly. The last strand is professional development goals. First is in beginning teachers, demonstrate motivation to realize professional development goals based on the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. I-demonstrate natin yung motivation natin para ma-realize natin yung professional development goals natin base dun sa Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. Next ay ang proficient teachers. Set professional development goals based on the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. Mag-set tayo o gumawa tayo ng professional development goals base doon sa Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. Next ay ang highly proficient teachers. Reflect on the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers to plan professional development goals and assist colleagues in planning and achieving their own goals. Dito sa highly proficient teachers, nagre-reflect sila doon sa Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers para makapagplano sila ng sarili nilang professional development goals at ma-assist o matulungan nila yung mga kapwa-guro nila sa pagpaplano at sa pag-achieve nila ng kanilang goals. Last is distinguished teachers. Lead reforms in enhancing professional development programs based on an in-depth knowledge and understanding the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. Lead reforms sa pag-enhance ng professional development programs based dun sa in-depth na kaalaman at pagkakaunawa sa Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers.